on campus and in other campuses to be part of this fight. And like, all of these things create ripples, and they're not always obvious, and they're sometimes particularly frustrating when you're just sort of sat somewhere and things aren't quite working out, and you never always see what you're achieving. But all of these things add up, and they all matter, and you know, you've done something really important today, so you're all completely awesome. Really important to know. And so I'm going to sort of try and like celebrate that a little bit with some of my ridiculous, ludicrous poetry rantings. We'll see how it goes down. I mean, I'll do a couple, if you like, and I might do a couple more. And I mean, but essentially what's going to happen is, I'm going to do a few poems that I'm going to sod off back to Oxford. And I guarantee that you will enjoy at least one of those two things. And the kind of background here is, you've probably gathered, I'm the kind of person who gets, you know, concerned about the world around me. And I realised a while ago, like you, that you know, the world wasn't going to be solved by us sitting around on our sofas getting angry. No, we need to get out and do something. So I did. I got up, I went out there and I wrote some poems. So we're going to be sorting all out here for the next little bit. So I'm going to start with a rather topical poem that might have some bearing on the things that we've been doing today. It's called Shopper's Scrounger. I hope you like it. Good luck. People of Britain, if you're not exactly smitten by the huge chunks being bitten from the nation's welfare, health and education, if you're not sure what to make of the public sector being wrecked or stretched until it breaks, don't worry. There's a simple piece of action you can take. Because, well, most people in this country aren't prepared to pay their way, there's a minority of scroungers stashing heaps of cash away. Yes, it's an interesting fact that if we gathered all the that's owed by wealthy tax avoiders, plus the stuff that they evade, we could raise twice as much money as the spending cuts. But the government seems strangely intent in not pursuing this rich vein of wrongdoing, which is why I'm bringing you here. It is your duty to try to keep an eye, okay, to spy. If you think that your wealthy neighbours are dodging on the sly, it's fine to call our hotline with anything suspicious. A secret collection of antique dishes, a breeding pond of rare oriental fishes, an offshore account in Mauritius. It's a vital civic task. All we ask is that you're ready to graft up any dodgy-looking members of the wealthy ruling class. If every million he earns sends to a friend in Guernsey, if her spouse owns a business and a house in the Seychelles, that might ring some alarm bells. Have you spotted the boss of Marks and Sparks sneaking out after dark to meet his accountant on a bench in the park? Have you found out the whereabouts of Richard Branson's hidden ransoms, Rupert Murdoch's dirty stocks, or Lord Ashcroft's cash loft? If you've got a dodger, just lodge a complaint. Unless, of course, you're a slightly sinister government minister with a few million yourself stashed away on an Atlantic shelf, and you're using the deficit as an excuse to cut loose that pesky welfare state and flog off health and education and the assets of the nation to your corporate mates, in which case, let's just lay off the tax divers and skivers, because if they paid their dues, then your excuse to gut the state would suddenly evaporate. In the words of a friend who was sat on the floor of a Vodafone store, tax demand in our hands, banners blocking the door, we just can't afford all this stuff anymore. Let's cash in our passion, not hold it offshore. Drag them out of their loopholes, lay their assets bare, and then calmly demand that they pay their fair share, till the case for the cuts melts away in the air. Has your future been lit by some comfortable craven, relaxed on his back in a sunny tax haven on a luxury, tax-free, slush sun lounger? Don't take this lying down. Shop a corporate scrounger. Thank you. from the thing you done.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was pretty good. I was like, oh, we're not kidding. Recognised it.
Well, you know, obviously, like,
You're famous.
I
heard of you before I heard of you.
What's the link?
So yeah, but I mean, a lot of the kind of my ridiculous is about environment. That's one area in the terrorist function I do a lot of work with campaigning. And some of you may have heard this week of the collapse of the trial, my trial, of 6 people who were accused of conspiracy to invade a power station.
Was that you?
Yeah. Yeah, so actually, I'm especially delighted to be here today, because I'm delighted to be anywhere else than on trial in Nottingham.
So, did you know
Oh, I tried to get it, but I couldn't get it.
Wait, was your potential time in prison? So,
Conspiracy to commit aggravated trespass. Ooh, aggravated trespass. It is potentially.
I really, as people watch.
I'll just do it this right way.
But so back to the sorting. I went to a meeting to hear about an action, and I heard about an action and thought, what is an action? So I'm not sure I'm really going to do it or not. And then have a little think. And then the police arrived and arrested everybody. So essentially, I was arrested for thinking about thought crime. It's actually not even thought crime. Thought crime is when you think you're going to do it. This was like Ponza crime. Like, and yet, despite this, I was arrested, I was put in a police cell, DNA taken, photographed, fingerprints, and then went through 20 months of being like a court process. So it was meant to have me being on trial at the moment.
What was your potential, like, thing on this?
Well, the maximum penalty for that particular crime is 3 months imprisonment. It's very unlikely.
Yeah,
it's like more than
I don't think aggravated like £200 fine.
Yeah, normally you get it. Exactly. If it actually does it, it would have been like probably a few hundred quid fine maximum. Yeah, they put us through this incredibly expensive 2-year-long court process.
Yeah, it's like a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Could you not just not hire a lawyer and not doing any of my hearing?
Especially for them. It's a waste of money for them.
Well, let's record it.
I'm not like too much enthusiastic.
There's someone now.
And it's an utterly bizarre period in my life. But the whole thing fell apart when suddenly, like, some campaigners uncovered this undercover cop a few months ago, and it turns out that he had evidence that completely exonerated us, which the prosecution had been sitting on the whole time, and the whole thing fell apart. So it's an utterly weird, surreal experience. But I was again going to try and tell that story as part of life today, I think I'll do differently. But if you are, cheers. No, it was a day, and like all that. But if you want to, so if you want to like read the whole story, I've written up my account and it's online at the New Internationalist. So that's for the New Internationalist website, on the front page there.
It's going to be in the new edition.
I don't think it's going to actually make it a magazine. It's like a web. I think it's a little bit too UK focused to make it a magazine. It's like international now, yeah. But I check the website. But anyway, that was just tangent. But obviously it explains like, you know, stuff about me. But yeah, I've been banging on about environment for a while, and I'm just going to do a little time for you. It was one of the first times where I kind of stood up and performed, and that environment stuff and that, the other things. And it's called Don't Fight.